Welcome back, one and all. This is week 7 of the DGFL season. We are in our 5th season, week 7 of our 5th season. This is going to be your Dirty Slam podcast, looking ahead at what's coming up this week. So to kick it off, we've got our Duckies versus Veggies matchup. 6.5 point favorites for the Duckies, over and under sit at 185. Don't worry about these entries. We're getting this out a little late. Looking at this matchup, we have seemingly a powerhouse 6-0 versus 5-1, but if you look at the players, gives a different picture. Justin Herbert versus this guy named Bagent. Who the hell knows? Jonathan Taylor across from Kenneth Walker. That'll be a battle. Kamara, recent acquisition for the Veggies. Some call him crazy, some call him a savant. We'll see how that turns out for him later in the season. A couple of other meaningful matchups, A.J. Brown, Brandon Ayuk, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs. We'll see how this comes away with it by the end of the week. That is the Duckies versus the Veggies. Duckies is a favorite. We'll see if he can cover. Moving on to the second matchup of the week, we've got Bruisers 11.5 favorites over the Swines. Who would have guessed coming into the season, Bruisers were going to be so much better than the Swines. Over under set at 225. That seems a little high. We'll see if they can reach it. If we head over to Sleeper, we can scroll down and find this matchup somewhere. Bruisers versus Swines. It's all going to come down to Trevor Lawrence and Christian McCaffrey for the Swines. Are they going to be helpful? Who knows? They got a powerhouse squad coming in throughout their lineup, except for who's this? Kadarius Toney. How's he going to make a start? Is this guy even good? Grape Davis. I can't even imagine that he deserves to start. But there he is. Bruisers have been winning, seemingly with Zach Ertz too. Pitiful, but they're pretty good. So let's see who can cover this matchup in week 7. Floating into our third matchup, Bubbles over the Bods. Bubbles favorites versus the Bods. This spread should be bigger after the Bods seemingly dumped Kamara, but the lines won't move, so bettors are going to have a bit of a gift if you waited until Thursday for this. 8.5 is the spread, 170 is the line. That seems a little bit high for how they have been performing. Moving over to Sleeper. If we find this matchup, Bubbles, currently the projected favorite, but they got Deshaun Watson. Who knows if he wants to play? A.J. Dillon's been a letdown. Gus Edwards should never start. But on the other side, we got Jaleel McLaughlin. McLaughlin. Who knows how to say that guy's name? I've never heard of him, but apparently he's good. 6 projected points. Calvin Ridley, geez Louise, he's on or off. Might need a huge day for Calvin Ridley to match up with Puka, Pacheco, some of those big hitters on the Bod side. Jacoby Myers has been a ray of sunshine. Get him out there. He's been making plays. Some have been saying that the Bubbles should send Hawkinson over to the Veggies. Not sure who's saying that, but might as well do it. That is the Bubbles versus the Bods, week 7. Next matchup, Peacocks coming in at 35.5 point favorites over the Cheese Balls. Nothing crazy about this matchup. 160 over under. We'll see if the Peacocks can stay strong and cover. If we push into that matchup, it's going to be tough though. They got a couple guys injured, a couple guys on bye. They might have to start KJ Osborne. Who knows if he's going to be valuable for them while Justin Jefferson is out. Recently acquired Luke Musgraves. It's going to be great for the Cheese Balls as their tight end room was abysmal before this. Peacocks should have this handedly unless something goes wrong. Here we go. We're looking at the Pillas v. Wolves. Pillas currently 14.5 point favorites. Does the Dirty Slam just hate the Pillas? What is this small spread here? 170 over under. And that is because the Pillas are getting absolutely ravaged by injury. They're going to have to start Deontay Johnson in the flex this week. Who knows if he's healthy. If not, they're going to have to sub somebody else in. Kyron Williams out. JJ just got hurt. Logan Thomas is currently their flex number 2. Jeez, that's horrific. Same over on the Wolves side. Jaden Reed and Michael Wilson should be good long term, but golly, this is horrific flex matchup. I do not want to watch this battle come Sunday. Rounding out the week are the Agave over the Frogs. 51.5 is insanely high. 170 over under. I think that means the implied score is going to be 110 to 60, which is pretty reasonable given the Agaves last week, and the Frogs seem to hit 60, then they hit 80, then they hit 20. Who the hell knows what we're getting from the Frogs? If we pop into that matchup, though, we can look at this division battle. Frogs need to set their lineup. Looks like they got a couple of bye weeks out right now. But I mean, the story of note is going to be on the Agave side. Their running backs, probably the best running back room in the league. Can they fill in their wide receivers? It's going to be great with Cooper Kupp coming back. We'll see how this plays out. I like the Agave to cover. Should be easy for them. They've been on a roll recently. As always, if you like the weekly spreads and lines from the Dirty Slam, feel free to follow us on @officialdgfl on Twitter. Like and comment, subscribe. Come on, do all that, baby. We're trying to grow the brand. Any given week. Ain't that right? Alright, I'm peacing out here on the other side of the pond. Who knows what that means, but I'm doing it. See you next week.